Good afternoon, Good Shepherd. It is Wednesday, January 20th, 2021. A historic day in any way that you might consider it. So much change came to sort of fruition today. Change which some people welcome and some people less certain about, and that is the nature of change. And of course, the nature of change is that it always happens. Yeah, in Buddhist teachings, of course, you may have heard that, whatever is a rising thing is also a ceasing thing, and whatever is ceasing thing is also a rising thing. Change is hard. And like I say, it's welcomed by some, um, treated with some apprehension by others. And that's true whether it's the change of a national government, as we've witnessed today, or whether it's the change in church life because of situations related to a pandemic, or whether it's the change of seasons, which is why I chose this backdrop here, so that we can be reminded of what we have to look forward to as the seasons continue to change and we turn the corner through winter into spring. Um, what I see here, is not only is change constant, but change always provides possibilities. And since nothing's constant, there are chances to improve, to impart your own change on the change that's there. And that's what we are bid to do always, is to envision the situation that we are in, however it has been changed or altered, and to labor to envision what the kingdom of God might look like, and then how we labor to make that a reality. And that's no different in terms of church life than it is in national life, than it is in our own personal lives. So my thoughts on the changing nature that has been this day. With regard to the inauguration, I was reminded earlier today that there's usually a national prayer service. And this year it will all be virtual. And it will be done, as has often been the case, not always, but often been the case, at the National Cathedral. And if you go to cathedral.org at 8 o'clock tomorrow morning, because the service is at 10 Eastern time, you can be a part of that virtual ceremony there at the cathedral, the National Cathedral. So that's cathedral.org at 8 a.m. Many of us were saddened to learn earlier this week that the Reverend Deacon Bill Henwood passed away the end of last week. Many folks at Good Shepherd will remember Bill fondly. He was at the church when I first started attending back in 2007. I got to know him and Karen, not really well, but well enough. We served at the altar together a number of times. They've been living in South Carolina for some time. And we learned, like I say, just earlier this week, that he died last Friday. There have been some suggestions that we pull together some sort of a memorial service. As far as I know, none has officially been planned in South Carolina, and I have not had a chance to touch base with Karen, his wife, yet. And so I will see what she's interested in doing, and see what we might be able to pull together as a virtual memorial service for Bill, especially for those folks at Good Shepherd who remember him with such great fondness. The last thing that I really want to mention today is just a reminder that annual meeting is in a week and a half, on Sunday, January 31st. It will follow the youth service, the 31st of January being the 5th Sunday, and the youth service on the 5th Sunday. So they will be in charge. It'll be a fabulous service, as they always are. We have a lot of alumni participating, people who've gone through the youth program and are either out working or have gone off to college or university. They're participating locally and remotely. So I think it'll be a lot of fun. But the annual meeting follows that at 10:30 on January 31st. We will use the same Zoom link for the service. So if you were there for the service and you want to go out and get a cup of coffee or whatever, just leave the Zoom link open. Or if you need to go away and come back, just use the same link. As I've mentioned, and as you've seen in emails, we need registration to be able to send you the link to vote. The registration does not establish a quorum. That's not what it does. It is only to help us get the ballot to you so that you can vote. We will establish the quorum the way that we usually do at annual meetings, and that is a sign-up sheet. Only in this virtual Zoom environment, the sign-up sheet will be to write the names in the chat feature of the people who are there watching or participating remotely. So if you have 3 people in your living room at the annual meeting, then you'll need to write all 3 names down in the chat feature. We'll give you more instructions on that on Sunday morning. But we do need you to register if you are intending to vote. Of course, you have to be there to be able to vote. We will be sending out those email links to vote there at the meeting. And we're assuming that there would only be one vote for which this would be the case, and that would be the vestry. So we will have a slate of folks to present to you, and we'll get that information out as soon as we get all of the biographies and the photos in. So it will be a different, obviously, a different annual meeting, but I think it'll be fun, and you will learn some things, as you always do, and be encouraged by what you hear and the people that you see, and by reminders of what Good Shepherd has been doing over the last year. And the last thing that I'll say about that is next week's midweek moment will be my annual report. I will give it on Wednesday in advance so you can listen to it then. The last couple of years I've done it as the sermon on the Sunday morning of the annual meeting. I am not going to take that opportunity away to preach away from one of the youth. But also, since pretty much everything is visual, to be able to have the annual report there visually available from Wednesday on will help people to access it and all of the other annual reports in advance of the meeting. I wish you all well for the remainder of this Wednesday. Look forward to seeing you over the next few days, or at least on Sunday. I remind you that Compline will be offered this evening at 8:45. The links will go out, if they haven't already, pretty soon, and you are invited to participate in that. Blessings, my friends.